Okay, y'all. So we kind of had a change of plans. I was planning on showing, some UFC 5 gameplay while I talk about the 319 countdown. But man, your boy PS5 is down and out. So from now on, until I get the joint fixed, we just gonna run it like this. But regardless, I'm gonna give y'all this content. So this is my UFC 319 countdown thoughts. This ain't gonna be a too long video because I gotta do the reaction to the media day, and basically it's just a like a little summary breakdown of what happened on the countdown and my thoughts leading up to fight week. Kind of like another prelude video, but so one thing that caught my eye on this countdown right here. Let me get this out the way. 319 countdown. It was kind of like I may have to make another video down the road about this, but the 319 countdown was kind of, I don't know. I ain't get the feel like International Fight Week, like 317 countdown, even 318's Dustin Poirier Max Holloway countdown. Those was some good ass countdowns. Those were some good countdowns. This one, 319, it kind of felt, I don't know. The only thing that's holding up for me is that it's the fact that DDP and Khamzat is like, that matchup right there is like my second best anticipated matchup. Obviously, number one, I kind of flip-flop, but number one was pretty much, Topuria Islam, John Jones, and Tom Aspinall. DDP and Khamzat always stayed at like number two. And just because, Khamzat, this been like 5 years in the making, like 4 to 5 years in the making of seeing Khamzat in the title shot, and then you got DDP who just DDP. Like, the stuff that comes with DDP is just DDP. There ain't no further explanation. But so I feel like this countdown was like, it wasn't more so like the countdown, it was more so me still being hyped about this matchup. But Khamzat feature was pretty dope because you get to see, and by the way, I said this during the reaction of the countdown, Khamzat voice is so menacing, bruh. Like, the nigga is already low-key, intimidating with his body stature, the way he fights, and then his post-fight interviews and stuff like that. But his voice is man, it's giving off like Tony Montana Scarface vibes. Like, if Khamzat was to be a drug dealer, I imagine him being on some Scarface type ish. But the Khamzat feature was pretty nice because you get to see, we really don't get to see Khamzat, other than what we see on social media. We don't really get to see Khamzat in that type of light where he's talking about his background. We get to see behind the scenes of him training, and then the people that he looked up to, and then just behind the scenes of him like doing like gym work, on the track. It's refreshing to see stuff like that, especially with somebody like Khamzat, because we seen years and years with the other countdowns. We seen what Megami Ankalaev is, Merab. We see the stuff that Merab do behind the scenes. I mean, we all know about his comedy acts and his skits, but like the trainer aspect, like those stuff, especially for Khamzat with the 319 countdown, that was really like refreshing to see. And then DDP on his side, I say unbiasedly, because I am a Khamzat fan, but unbiasedly, I did think that Khamzat had the best feature just because of like the behind the scenes stuff that we really don't even get to see of Khamzat. We know Khamzat for what he does on like Instagram and the Twitter back and forths, and then what he say in the post fight interviews and stuff like that. The behind the scenes stuff, and even going into like his background and who he idolized and stuff like that, that was dope. That was dope. But Let me tell you, because I'm going to see how they is on Media Day, because I'm going to do a reaction to that on the tablet. But, man, boy. And it is interesting to hear DDP say that he was, I heard him say it on the Embedded. He was like, Khamzat really not that tall, not that big. Based on that countdown, it seemed like it to me. I ain't gonna hold you, but that was a good feature on Khamzat and DDP. Then Aaron Pico. Let me tell you, Aaron Pico, he gotta do it for not for PFL and Bellator, but he gotta do it for himself. But you know, to change that narrative that these guys that come over, you know, they're not ready for the UFC, you know, spotlight, the big lights. Aaron Pico, boy, let me tell you, his training regimen and that boy Aaron Pico, he's a monster, boy. He is a monster. That's also an interesting matchup in itself with Aaron Pico and Leroy Murphy. That feature, honestly, in my opinion, as a whole, their feature for their fight was better than DDP and Khamzat. Like if I wanted to be completely honest with you, but dog, Aaron Pico. I mean, from what we saw, excuse me, Aaron Pico, he looking good, boy. So we gonna see how that fight turned out for it. And Carlos Paredes and Jeff Neal, that was a good feature too. I mean, the countdown itself wasn't bad. It's just it wasn't like I thought it would be. Like coming off International Fight Week and then Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway. I feel like it should have been on that level, and it really wasn't. It was still solid, but yeah. So that's really my thoughts on the countdown. I may drop a video tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then it's going to be the preview show on Friday. But yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight rather, because I had some technical difficulties. So I'm recording all these videos late at night. But anyway, until my next video, I'm gonna holler at y'all niggas later, man.